Hello my friends, this is Mike with Mike's Wilderness and welcome to my channel. And it is a Thursday on May 7th and had a little time to get out this afternoon. It's about 3:30 and 60 degrees, 62 degrees, something like that. And again, we're in the state park and we're still dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, but we're all encouraged to at least get outdoors and enjoy the outside, and it's good for mental health, I think. So I just needed to give you a little bit of an introduction as to where I'm at today, and yeah, let's see what kind of things we can discover. I don't have a lot of time, but I always like to bring you along. So thanks my friends for joining me in this day hike, and we'll bring you something in a little bit. One of the things that you learn about early on in camping in the wilderness is the term widowmakers, and it comes from the idea that these overhead falling trees, or in the process of falling, can come down and certainly injure you or take out your camp. And yeah, as you can see here, we've got one tree laying into a birch, and there's another smaller little branch that this will all be coming down at some point. But, yeah, just a hint, something to learn about. Look overhead when you're pitching camp. Look for those widowmakers. Dead fallen versus dead standing. More on this later. Here we have a small stand of Jack in the Pulpit. I always thought that was one of my favorite floor covering plants. So we have a few of them here. I see the pulpit is growing, but no Jack yet. So we'll keep our eyes peeled. Jack in the Pulpit. How beautiful. We have a Canadian goose out there. Right center of the screen. And a small, what I believe is probably a wood duck over near the shore, although difficult to see moving around, but there's a pair of them over there. Gorgeous. I have a few very prime examples of garlic mustard right here, and park naturalist has asked many of us that spend any time here in the park to identify the location of this plant and let them know so that they can come out and eradicate it, because it is a bit of a invasive species. So I will have to contact Scott and tell him that we have some here at the part of the trail here near the small bridge, and he'll be happy to know. Garlic mustard is an edible and it's kind of nice to have it as a pot herb, but yeah, it's going to overgrow and make it difficult for other plants to grow here if this continues to get out of hand. Here is some of the earliest growth of bedstraw, and that's always a fun one to play with. Years ago, it was collected, harvested, dried, and used just for that, making a ticking for mattress or something. But let me show you. This has got quite a bit of sort of natural Velcro on the stems, and if you pull it and put it on your clothes, it'll stick right to the material without any effort. Kind of fun to throw it at a kid and it sticks to his t-shirt. Bedstraw. Fun stuff. Here's another good edible. This is a immature burdock, and the roots are a good pot vegetable. And yeah, I think they taste a bit like carrot. But once this gets larger, puts a little more energy into the root system, and be good enough to harvest and eat burdock. Here's a very large amount of very punky wood off of this long dead tree. Probably broke off up there and found its way to the ground and is quickly deteriorating into all of this very punky wood. I might just grab a piece of that just to see how well it can take a ember from my sun lens. Well, it took a little bit of doing, but if you look carefully, you can see the smoke is just rolling off of that ember, and it's now growing real well with the wind that is around me. So that makes for a good coal extender. Can hardly beat it. Punky wood. I know I've had this in another video, but you know, it always pays to try different types of wood when you come across it, because you never know. Some punky woods will take an ember really well and others won't, and depending on the moisture content and the hardness of the wood. And but this one took it very well, and that would help the fire. Fun to watch it grow. You can see it flare up a little bit with some orange ember brightness. And the wind hits it just right. Well, the leaves sure look right, and the blossom looks right, but I can't be certain that that is a wild strawberry or not. I don't know that we've got any around the park. Well, we may, but I'll have to check into it. The blossom does look right, though. There seems to be quite a few here. And it could be that somebody just threw away a strawberry and it's just growing from the seeds. Anyway, had to check it out. One of the very rare bushes in the park is this one right here, and this is a high bush cranberry. And I hope it's in focus. It's kind of windy here, but I have not found this plant anyplace else except near the picnic area here, and it does push out cranberries in the fall. And of course you have to process them down in order to get anything edible out of them, but yeah, it's interesting that it's here in the park, and always like to keep an eye on it to see when it blossoms out and then creates cranberry berries. Anyway, just thought I'd throw another one in your direction. Well, my friends, I think I'm going to call it a day. Didn't have a lot of time to get out, but we covered a few plants. and maybe one skill. And I'm overlooking the Minneopa Creek down below, and as I have said before, as we see the seasons pass, the leaves will green out, and we'll no longer be able to look down there and see it for what it is. So it sure is getting green. The last few days it has really budded out on all the trees. Anyway, take care, and we'll get out for another trip here in another couple days, and hopefully a lot more time and a lot more adventure, and maybe even a product review or two if you guys are interested. Alright, this is Mike with Mike's Wilderness. Be sure to like and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next time.